Hi, thanks for joining me today. So welcome back to Jersey Bird Homestead. We're going to be doing another episode of recipes for my grandmother today. As you may or may not know, I have acquired a very old cookbook that has many handwritten recipes in it, many of which are incomplete. They are missing titles to the recipe, they're missing oven directions, oven temperatures, things like that. So it is my grandmother's father's aunt who wrote many of these. I will insert a picture of her in this video. I just recently got one, but it was handed down to my grandmother at some point, and now it was handed down to me. So I have been going through this book and figuring out these recipes and then making them in my own kitchen. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a Alice's devil food recipe. It's a good one. I'm very excited. Let's just get right into it.
All right, so where did we leave off, you may be wondering. So that is the front cover. We covered that. This just has a good spot for some egg noodles. And the last one we did was the corn fritter recipe, which is right here. Now, this was arranged in front, so I just assumed that this was the front page of the book. But, however, this recipe was even more incomplete than usual. And actually, my mother and I were looking through it and figured out that this is not the front page, okay? So if you just turn it a little bit, you'll see now the table of contents is right here. And this is actually where this page belongs. They're not numbered, so I really didn't have any way of knowing, but it's actually like this. So if you can see, yes, I believe you can. So this line, it is followed through onto this page. So this is definitely where this page belongs. And so this is where we're gonna begin. All right, I got the notebook out. Let's get right into it. And I actually did recently buy a magnifying glass to make things a little easier, but I don't know if I'll need it today. So first thing I see is a half cup of butter. And then 1.5, we figured out in an earlier video that these two dash marks mean the same thing as the above. So it's gonna be 1.5 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of sour milk or buttermilk, and then it does give instructions on how to make milk go sour. It says to sour milk, add 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 2 cup of sweet milk. So I do have buttermilk, so we won't have to do that. Although it would be interesting to try. Buttermilk. Okay, 2 cups of flour. 2 squares of chocolate. I don't have a bar of chocolate this time around, but I do just have chocolate chips, and I'm going to just measure out in ounces. As we know from the other video, how many ounces a square of chocolate is. So at this point, we're going to continue on to the next page. So it says 2 squares of chocolate, add last, it looks like, and then 1 teaspoon of soda and 1, look, there's the dashes again, teaspoon of vanilla. So here's our ingredient list. This recipe, I'll just double check, but I'm fairly certain there are no oven temperatures. Yeah, that's a lemon pie. This is milk jelly, looks like. So there's no oven temperatures, okay? And I also don't know what kind of pan I'm supposed to cook this in. So it's gonna be a very interesting one. And also, I think this has the longest ingredient list of any of the ones that we've tried. So this is gonna be an interesting one for sure. All right, everyone. So I have the chocolate heating up on a double boiler on the stove. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna add all of the dry ingredients together. So that is gonna be 1.5 cups of sugar. This is 2 cups of flour. I added another cup of flour because I had only measured out 1 cup of flour. It definitely calls for 2. So next up is our wet ingredients. So that is going to be 1 cup of buttermilk, 1/2 cup of butter, melted, 2 eggs. I'm just gonna scramble them really quick. Okay, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, so now I'm going to combine our dry and wet ingredients, and the recipe specifically said to add the chocolate last, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's add these ingredients together. And I've been going back and forth about what I was gonna bake this in. I do mostly bread baking, so I don't have a lot of cake pans, but I do have one. I would think that this would traditionally be baked in a bundt pan, like a bundt style pan. So I do have something that I think will work, but we will see, because I do not have a traditional bundt pan, but you'll see. You know what? I've been dying to try out this pan anyway, so this is a great opportunity to try it. All right, so let's add in that chocolate now. It's all melty. And this is 2 ounces of chocolate. It was just chocolate chips. I didn't have a bar. You gotta make do with what you got sometimes, you know what I mean? So, try to get all that chocolate in there. All right, let's mix that in.
I went back and forth on if I should melt it or not, because it didn't say. But ultimately, I think it's supposed to be melted. I've never had angel food cake with chocolate chips in it before, so we'll see. Let me know what I did wrong in the comments if you notice anything, because truly I am doing this series to learn. You know what I mean? So there's always room for improvement with cooking, I think. I didn't go to cooking school, as you can probably tell from my videos, but I do enjoy cooking, so. All right, so that looks like cake batter to me. So let me get my pan. All right, so I almost was going to bake it in one of my USA pans that I use for bread, but then I remembered that this Christmas, my husband got me this house pan, which I love. It's like, you can decorate. I thought it'd be super fun for with the kids, like to decorate it. So I'm gonna try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. So let's pour it into this. I greased it really good. Hopefully it all fits. It is actually a lot of batter. All right, let's finish pouring it in. Well, all right, y'all. So here we go. I am so excited about this cake. I'm gonna put it in a 350-degree oven, and I'm like really not wanting to mess this up. So I'm actually gonna do a little bit of research on how long a typical bundt pan takes in the oven, because I literally have never used one before. And I really don't wanna mess this up. It's gonna be so cute if it comes out. So I'll put it in a 350-degree oven, and then I'll let you know how long I cooked it for. Here we are, 55 minutes later. It looks like it's done, but everything that I read suggested a toothpick test before you unmold it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just go ahead and put it in there. And it's really crunchy on the outside, and that looks to me like it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and unmold this. All right, let's do it. Oh my gosh. Do you see it? Okay, so it's a little bit rounded on the bottom, but how cute is that? So I just wanted to update you guys. I did cut off the rounded part on the bottom so it would sit level, but I tried it and I am so serious. It's delicious. It's so good. Yeah, y'all, I think this is the recipe that I'm gonna use for this pan. I might double it so that it fills the whole mold, but this cake is so good. It's like super crunchy on the outside and super spongy on the inside, like so good. Oh my gosh, I'm a big fan. I'm like a real big fan, but what a fun recipe. This was a super fun one. There are some really good ones coming up. Like I saw a little sneak peek today and I saw something like milk jelly. So I don't know what that is. I'm excited to find out and I hope you are too. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much Please remember to like and subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you next time.